There is always a dominant class that reigns over another class of people. Some people somehow manage to survive their life day after day by going with the flow of life. Only those who are capable of floating against the waves, they win the battle of life. Today we will listen to the story of such a warrior, who will make you feel that your life is not as difficult as thousands of other people are living. Also, this is not just a fiction story, a harsh reality of what happened in Thailand to millions of Cambodian workers. So friends, you are most welcome to the Unique Storytellers. The story begins in a village in Cambodia. In this village lives the main character of the story, a 14-year-old boy named Chakra. Agriculture is their only source of income. They have many family members. Due to this, their financial condition was not good at all. Even if he wanted to go to school, he could not go to school like other children. Instead, he spent his days doing the things his father ordered him to do. He is very fond of an ordinary village girl, since getting them 2 meals a day was a challenge, so even an ordinary girl is very rich to him. Chakra didn't even have the right to be loved, but he is not the type of boy who would live like this. There are thousands of dreams in his eyes. He must get out of this predicament, so he must make a lot of money to do it. One afternoon, while playing soccer with the village boys, he learns from someone that there are good job opportunities in Thailand. After hearing this, he agreed to work there. Then one of his friends also said that he will go to Thailand for work with Chakra. But the next morning, when Chakra left home for Thailand without informing anyone, his friend said he can't go. But Chakra does not stop there. He moved a lone way of Thailand for an employment. Just like him, a van with several others stopped in an empty field. The driver of that van asked everyone to move forward after taking some money from everyone for the travel expenses. But Chakra and a gentleman told him they did not have the money. The driver then takes them to another place for another job. Actually, they will be taken illegally to Thailand as laborers. On the way, the gentleman spoke with Chakra. A 14-year-old boy came to work, which astonished the man. The man also told Chakra that he came here to work for his child. He has a child of the same age as Chakra. As they talk, they become good friends and they decide that they will always be together at work. After a while, they crossed the field and reached a secluded place where many more people were sitting. While sitting there, night falls. Suddenly, through the darkness, 3 cars came to stand in front of them. Everyone was shoved into the car and secretly smuggled into Bangkok. Dropping off in front of a port, the driver tells everyone, from here they will be taken to the factory by ship. The person who was with Chakra realizes that something is going wrong here, so he decided to leave there. But the driver hit him and compelled him to a company of everyone. The next morning, they were all waiting in a boat, and then a ship arrived there. A man came down from that ship and asked Chakra and 3 others to help them unload the barrels of fish. And from here begins their nightmare journey. The crew of this ship's job was to throw nets into the water every day, and the fish caught in the net must be sorted and placed in a container inside the ship. After laboring all day, they were given to eat just a cup of rice and a glass of water. They are given a small place to sleep at night. No sooner had the night passed there, as soon as it dawns, work had to resume the following morning. Thousands of others, like Chakra, were transported and sold them to other ship owners in Thailand without their knowledge. It's not just the unspeakable toil that has to be done. For minor to minor mistakes, the ship owner never hesitates to kill his crew. The ship owner used to enslave all these workers without pay and lead a comfortable life on the ship. One day, one of these workers tried to escape from the ship, but the owner caught him and put iron chains all over his body in front of all the workers and tied a stone to that chain and threw him into the water. Killing a human is like a daily thing for them. But Chakra is not as stupid as the rest. He always tries to obey the ship owner. Every day when fish was caught, he would give a big fish from there to the owner. His behavior in this way made him stand out in the eyes of the ship owner. After a few days, 2 other people like them come to work on that ship, but Chakra had good relations with only one person in this ship, and the man was gradually losing his mind since he was unable to adjust to the state of the ship. He could see the form of his son in Chakra, so he always tried to keep Chakra close to himself, but it didn't last long. One morning, when the man was working, the owner of the ship came from behind and hit him. The man cannot control his anger at such behavior of the owner, so he pushed the owner into the water. Owner's accomplices immediately shot him for this crime. They tied the man with a rope between the two ships and drove the two ships in both directions and brutally killed that man. And they also forced Chakra to participate in this heinous act. After the man died, no one else known to Chakra was there. And because of his goodness to the owner, also he had become an enemy to the rest as well. One of the remaining workers began presenting the master with large fish in the same manner as Chakra in an effort to treat him kindly. But Chakra is no longer simply an ordinary boy as he once was. He is no longer the type of boy to let his position be lost so easily. After seeing so many killings before his eyes, he secretly killed his opponent in the dead of night and put him out of his way. The next morning when the ship's owner learns about the news, he comes forward to threaten to kill the rest. Chakra changed himself over time. He acknowledges his guilt. He stands bravely in front of the barrel of the gun, and keeping his eyes on the owner's eyes. Instead of punishing him, the owner becomes more pleased with him. The owner tells him, "Now this ship is your home, you owe me forever, and you will work here for the rest of your life to repay that debt." But Chakra's sharp gaze seems to indicate that serving the owner's needs is not his main goal. It is as easy as killing a man. It is same as difficult to erase thoughts of that murder from the mind. At night Chakra dreams of his village. He sees that he is playing with his friends. But today, even his dear friend does not recognize him. His father also turned away from him. He is now a murderer. How can he hide it from himself? Going in front of his field and he is staring at it, but he cannot find peace anywhere in his dreams. The owner of the ship also came to his village to kill him. He woke up after seeing such terrible dreams. The following day, the ship's driver called him to the control room while working in the morning. The ship driver teaches him how to navigate the ship by showing him the GPS, and tells him to hold the ship's steering for a while. He will be back soon after doing an errand. Chakra gained some knowledge about boating today as well. That day Chakra found a big bone with fish in the net and he carefully kept it with him. At night, he went to the ship's engine room and turned off the entire ship's lights. When one of the owner's companions came to the engine room to see what had happened, Chakra killed him, and he secretly disposes of the body in the water. The next morning he went to the ship's control room and killed another of the owner's companions. He shook off all the anger he had as he struck. Seeing him standing like this in the control room, the ship owner understood that something is going wrong, so he came up with his gun in hand. And then the owner's body fell on the floor of the ship due to the impact of Chakra. Now maybe his slavery will end. The rest of the staff all surprisingly looked at Chakra. Chakra then calls out to them with a voice similar to that of the owner, "Throw him into the water." Chakra pulled the gold chain from the owner's neck before throwing the body into the water, and he kills all the people on the ship except the workers. Then he came to the port with all the money from the cash box, and from there he went straight to his village. After returning to the village, he first goes to their paddy field. From a distance, he could see that his father was still working in the field just like before. But still he does not go back to his house. After seeing his father working in the field from a distance, he again returned to the great battle of life. He is no longer the previous Chakra. He has completely changed into a new person. So he never went back to his previous life. He left his village, his family. And this is where the story ends. This story pointed out the plight of the workers who are still enslaved in this modern age. Various products of this fish or made from fish are exported all over the world. Its market value is more than $6 million, and there are more than 200,000 workers behind this work, who are still enslaved in Southeast Asia. Torturing them was a daily occurrence there. So this was today's story. If you like it, so please like, comment and share. If you are new to our channel, so subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. See you in the next story. To them, keep loving. Goodbye for today.